Hello there and welcome to today's ride out. Now, I have cut short this video from about 2.5 hours because it was about an hour there and probably a bit longer getting back, down to 25 minutes 54 seconds because I thought it's just too long-winded for everyone just to watch my little bike revving along to get to where I'm going to go. So, where am I going today? Today, I'm going to my local Royal Enfield dealership. Well, when I say today, I recorded this video on Thursday the 18th of November, which in reality is yesterday because I'm editing it today on Friday. The reason I want to get this edited is because I'm going back to the dealership tomorrow morning, and I will be using the camera again. So when I went over to the local dealership the other day, I went to look at their Royal Enfield because I'd had free time on Thursday. I'd only had a single job in the morning. I did have another job after that. Yes, I went and got a steel sight container unlocked for my brother-in-law, and today I went and put some new locks in it, so that was pretty good. Took my little doggy out for a walk, and I thought, look at the sunshine, I need to get out on the bike. Where can I go? I already had plans. I'd like to go and see the Royal Enfield Meteor 350 again. So off I went. Now, I already knew because I went and popped into this shop before I started motorcycling again. I bought a helmet, gloves and a jacket. Hang on, let me get this right. I went to this shop. Instead of me chopping this out and editing it, I went to this shop in my van on the way home from work because it was just a motorbike shop and I just wanted to have a look. This was before I'd even committed to buying the helmet, gloves and jacket, which were the first three things I bought. Simply because when I was returning to motorcycling, I was thinking about having a go doing some bike training again, just to see how I felt about it before I spent a lot of money. Now, I contacted the local two-wheel training at Mansfield Woodhouse, where you might have seen the shop in the previous video, and they said because of COVID they do not hire out gloves, jackets and helmets anymore. You have to buy your own. Well, of course, buying my own means that's it, I'm committed. I've got to spend a lot of money to find out if it's something I want to do again and I feel safe and happy doing it. So I spent quite a bit of money buying a helmet, jacket and gloves, although I could do with a better fitting jacket because it was the biggest that they've got, and when I sit down it rises up so I get a cold back and a cold stomach, and it is very tight as well. So I went to this dealership and I had a look at the Royal Enfield, and I had a look at another Royal Enfield Himalayan as well as the Meteor. I had a look at a bike called a Zontez, a Chinese bike, looked pretty nice, but it was actually more expensive than the Royal Enfield. So when I went on Thursday, as you'll see later on in this video, I said, I'm going to put a new battery in and then let's take a look at the bike. Well, I didn't actually. I just switched it off. I went inside, sort of like, nervously as you do, because it's a sales room. You don't, they'll try and sell you anything. And I said, can I have a sit on the Royal Enfield? Yeah, sure, no problem. I said, but last time I came, I had a sit on it, and the steering lock was on, so I couldn't really feel how it would be with the handlebars in the correct position. So he came out with a key and let me sit on the bike, and I said, do you mind if I start it up? And I started it up, and I know it's only a 350, and I haven't been on bikes for 7 years, but when that thing fired up and we were thump, 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 and I could feel it shaking up and down between between my legs, it reminded me of being on Harley Davidson Sportster from years ago when my friend let me have a ride on his bike. And and the smile on my face when I turned around to the salesman at the side of me, and I just smiled, and I thought I must look like a kid at Christmas. I've not even bought this thing, I've not even test rode it, but I'm like, I sort of know that I'm gonna get one. Now there's one thing that I would modify on the bike straight away, and I'm not talking about bolting a windscreen on the bike, because that's an option, or a backrest and saddlebags and that type of thing, but it's the foot gear changer. It's actually a heel and toe changer, which is a bit like the old Honda 90, Honda Cub, Super Cub, which I did use it on that and it felt fine. But on this bike, as soon as I sat on the bike, the position of it, I just hit the heel changer straight away with my boot. And I have heard of other people saying that they've accidentally changed gear when they didn't want to. Anyway, I'll get back to that change in a minute. So, I was riding down here on the road, and I'd gone through those electronic speed signs that tell you what speed you're doing, and I thought, all right, when my bike says I'm doing 30, I'm actually doing well under. So I did a little bit more, went to 34, and I went past one sign, and it said you're only doing 28, 29 miles an hour. So I thought, okay, I'll keep doing that. And as I went round this bend, it's a beautiful sunny day, as you can see. I don't think there was any more of those electronic signs, as I just spoke about, but there is something here. There's something lurking. Now, I don't know whether they're positioning themselves deliberately because of oncoming traffic won't see them because they'll have the sun in their eyes, but in a minute, on the right hand side, you'll see a van with two twats and a camera. Yeah, that's right, exactly as I said, a van with two twats and a camera, because there's normally two people in it. There we go, can you see it now on the right hand side? That's it, the little bastards. So now I'm waiting to find out if my bike is accurate, and well, I know it's not 100% accurate, as they normally set the speed in all vehicles about 3 to 4 mile an hour lower than what it actually is. So now I'm waiting to find out, not if, well, yeah, if I've got a ticket basically, because it all depends on what their camera is calibrated at. It might be higher or lower than what you see those flashing street signs that tell you the speed. So it's only been 1 day ago, so I'm waiting. I don't know what'll happen. I imagine it's a letter. I imagine it's 3 points and a fine. But I've got a clean license, and I want to keep a clean license. So I really hope that they offer you a speed awareness course, because it's my mistake. I thought, right, I'll do 34 on digital clock because it's flashing up on street signs that I'm only doing 28, 29. So next time I'll just have to go really slow, as it did feel like it, and do the 30 that it says on the bike. So anyway, we're coming up to the showroom now, and the modification I was talking about, yeah, apparently they have done it for customers, and that is on the gear lever they have cut the heel shifter off, so then it's only a toe shift only, like most other motorbikes all around the world. It's just toe shifter. You push it down into first, and then up into neutral, second, third, fourth, fifth, and if you're lucky you've got 6 gears. But on my 125 I've just got 5. I think the Royal Enfield's just got 5 as well. Now, if I buy one, do I let them cut it off, or do I take it home and do it myself? I think I'm going to take it home and do it myself. I'm already talking like I'm already buying a bike. I haven't even test ride it yet. But yeah, I would cut it off myself because I'd do a neater job and I'd paint it up so it's not going to rust, and I'd be happy. Because if I let them do it and it's not 100% right, I'll be pissed off. So here we are at Smalley Cross. You can see the Meteor just to the side there. Next to that, I think it's a Continental or a GT Royal Enfield. I think they're the other two. It's either one of them, but also out there's a Himalayan and also the Zontes. So when I go back tomorrow, I'm gonna ask, do you mind if I get the camera out and I'll put it in its little stand on the tripod so you can see me fire the bike up and have a listen to it, have a walk around it, have a look. Obviously I can't bolt it on to the bike because you literally have to bolt it onto the handlebars. Trying to get the GoPro out the camera stand is a bit fiddly. There we go. Still recording. So I'm here at Smalley Cross and I've come to look at that bike there, the Royal Enfield. So I've chuck a new battery in the camera and I'll have a look. So of course, as I said, I didn't put a battery in and I didn't have a look. I was actually thinking, should I ask, do they mind, ask permission, can I just record that bike? If they say yes, would they be more wanting me to not just show that bike but show, you know, the rest of what they sell, you know, give them a bit of promotion? But at the end of the day, I'm just recording it, you know, to share. It's not like I'm getting any sponsorship, so it's not like I have to go the extra mile and show you all the shop and everything like that. So I have called up the shop this morning because you need to give 24 hours notice, and I've booked the Royal Enfield Meteor, well, it's a yellow bike that was outside. It's called the Fireball model, basically the basic model. It's exactly the same engine and frame as the others that you can choose, but the difference is in price is that you get different options with paint. Also, the more money you spend, you get a different badge on the tank. As if I do buy the Fireball, the yellow one, which I'm thinking about, it's only like a plastic lettering, I'd say, on the tank that says Royal Enfield. Now, with the basic option, you get the black exhaust pipe and black handlebars, which I really like. I like them. The more expensive ones go to chrome, and I'm not so keen on chrome. I suppose only time will tell which is going to rust more, people with chrome exhausts or people with the black ones. Now, another feature, I think, when you go to the highest model of things that change, because there's 3 levels. The basic one is the Fireball. The next one up, you get chrome handlebars and chrome exhaust. You also get a backrest. And the third option, you get the chrome handlebars, chrome exhaust, backrest, and also a little windshield. What they also do on the bike is they grind some of the aluminium on the mag wheels so that you've got black and, well, silver wheels, which might look great to some people, but to me, all I'm thinking at the back of my mind is that it's exposed aluminium, it's going to corrode. Now this here filtering, this is what motorbikes were for. So yeah, I'm thinking about actually buying the basic one. I would add some extras on it. I'm thinking about getting crash bars, not that I'm planning on doing any crashing. I want to stay shiny side up. I've had enough crashing and gone through all that for a lifetime. Yeah, the reason I want the crash bars is years ago, when my first 125 that had crash bars, and on long distances it was very handy and comfortable to pick your legs up and rest them on there. Now that's not the main reason, that's something I could do, but the main reason is extra lighting. it'll give me somewhere to bolt on 2 LED spotlights. So when I'm on dark country roads at night, I can really light that road up and be very happy with it, you know, for safety as well. Obviously I won't be using them when vehicles are coming towards me, but for safety. I have debated whether getting a backrest straight away, because I might take a pillion on it, a passenger, but only if they've got the helmet and protective clothing. You can also get racks for it that go on the back of the bike, sort of over the brake light, that sort of thing, which would come in for when I go camping. You can get a load of accessories. There's also like a type of a cage that you can bolt on the side of the bike, so it stops any saddlebags, soft bags that you want to use, soft luggage as they call it, from getting entangled in the wheel, the chain, that sort of thing. So I suppose later on tonight, when I've done editing this, I'll go into the Royal Enfield website and just look at their accessories and really think about what would I like, you know, what I could buy later on and what I want to buy straight away. Now, as my mind's got working, the gears are turning as I'm telling you this, something else I would have on the bike, and that is, oh, hang on a second, I'll tell you that in a minute. So ambulance has just gone by me here, and in a minute I've got to pull in again and stop, so I'm doing a little bit of filtering because they're going slow, but I have to pull in now because someone's coming past. Some more blue lights. There we go, that's the police that time, so it makes you wonder what's gone off, because it's only certain times that I think they send the police with the ambulance. I don't think they always get sent, but somebody went the wrong way. So who are you guessing is going to come back up the road? Have a guess now, put it in the comments below. Somebody is going to come back up the road. Let's see if you can guess right which one it is, because someone is going the wrong way. In a minute I'm going to pull in. I'll pull right to the left. Congratulations if you said the police are going in the wrong direction, because that was the exact same police car that just a few minutes ago passed me. So where was I with the Royal Enfield? Oh yes, that was it. Something I noticed on the test bike, even though it comes standard with a fender extender to stop grit and dirt flicking up into the engine and on the frame of the bike, there was a lot of dirt on the demo model, on the lower part of the engine. Now, the engine's coated black, but eventually with road dirt and water, that'll just like grip blast it and take away the protective coating, and then it'll be onto the aluminium. So another accessory you can buy is a belly pan, a bit like for an off-road type bike. Now, what some of the people have said, if you bolt one of these belly pans on, it stops you from doing the oil change. And some people replied on the owners group, well, just unbolt it off. But there is another option, where it depends if I wanted to do that. If I put the belly pan on myself, I could mark out where the sump plug is for the oil change, and then with a hole saw just cut a large enough hole that you could get a socket through there, so that once you're doing oil changes you never have to take the belly pan off again, and you can leave it all bolted up and fine. Some people have painted their belly pans black, so I do believe they come silver. I'm not sure whether they're stainless steel or what they are, but yeah, that's definitely an accessory I'll be putting on, as well as the engine bars. Now there's a few different types of engine bars. Some look a bit wild, and some look okay, as I think. But yeah, like I say, I'll have a look tonight on the Royal Enfield page. Now, apparently on the Royal Enfield website, you can design your bike and customise it how you want it. If you live in India, you've got a few more choices. You've got a few more choices on accessories, and also there's other paint options available. There's also other companies out there customising the Royal Enfield. they're chopping them down into bobbers. They're also putting some really nice paintwork onto the tanks as well, which I've seen. I've seen it on shared on the Royal Enfield Meteor Owners Group UK on Facebook. That might not be exactly the right title, but it's a group that I'm on Facebook. So here, filtering again. Now the reason that I stopped here behind this van is because I thought for a second, look, hang on, if I get right up front and I start going, the first vehicle I'm not going to hold up because he'll go past me, but the van I'm going to hold up. So I thought, right, I'll sit here when I go through traffic lights, because it's only 50 down here because they've altered it. It used to be 60, but because of the UK trying to lower emissions, that's why they've lowered a lot of speed limits by 10 miles an hour. So I set off here and I thought, well, I'm going to hold everybody up. When I get through traffic lights, I'll pull in towards the left. So I sort of do go towards the left in a bit. But actually, no, it were keeping up. I thought, hey, I'm doing all right here. I look behind me. As you can see, I've moved over, so I'm on the left-hand side of the centre of the road. And I'm looking in my mirrors, and everybody else is way behind. And I'm only doing 50. So I will find where I was. But yeah, this is driving on the left hand side here is Coxmoor Golf Club, and in a bit at the front of me, but you don't see because I've obviously edited it, is Westnots College. Now for some reason, I don't know at the minute, and well, I'm guessing it's training because it's a college, you've got the front end of an aeroplane there, and I'm not talking about a little aeroplane, I'm talking about, you know, a big aeroplane like you're going on holiday on, one of them. So whether it's got a flight simulator in it or not, but anyway, just here on the left where you can see those trees and that bus stop, and also on the right hand side past the petrol station where you just see the bit of grass there before the house, that's two spots they also park the two twats in a van with a camera. That's right, the speed police. They also park there. Now the ones with the van normally park on the right hand side, and a few weeks ago I came down, and on the left hand side where the bus stop was, there was actually an unmarked police car, but he was stood there with his door open, pointing his radar gun up the road. Now it's only a 30 road, but if you are doing 30 going down the hill, holding your foot on your pedal, your vehicle, if it's got any weight to it, will exceed that 30 miles an hour, and you might end up doing 33, 34 down there. It's quite easily done. So when you come down that hill, you've really got to be riding your brake all the time, and that's what they're hoping for. Easy game, you're easy. You know, it looks good for them that they've caught no end of speeders, but they're not catching speeders doing 150 miles an hour. They're catching people that's just got caught out doing 33 mile an hour, 34 mile an hour, you know, or maybe just a little bit more. But, you know, the argument is that instead of doing that, which is easy money for them, it gets money in bank at, you know, police, is, you know, you say, oh, going out and catch real criminals, that sort of thing. But I don't know. I'm not in police force. That's just me having a rant. You know, I did a little bit on contract in prison maintenance, but I weren't in the, like, you know, the prison force. I wouldn't say I wasn't a screw, put it that way. Yeah, when I worked in the prison service, I was there for 6 months, 8 months, and I just put new beds in cells and painted cells and stuff like that, just maintenance. But that job was running out, and it was time for me to leave and move on. So, enjoyed my ride out. I'll say today, but it was actually Thursday, and I'm really looking forward to my test ride of the Royal Enfield tomorrow. So, thank you very much for watching. You take care, and I'll see you soon. Tomorrow. I just want to add that little bit of squeaking that you hear a couple of times is the rubber on my trousers on the seat and nothing else. Well, I filled this bike up some time ago when I had a ride to Ollerton, and I filled it up, and I've had a ride to Ollerton. I've been to Matlock, Bath and back. I've been the ride the other weekend, and then today I've been out near Derby. So I've done quite a lot of miles, and you can see it's only gone down about 1 bar. So it's bloody good on fuel, this bike is. Really good. And it's, you know, I'm not going much slower than the standard traffic at most of the time. Most of the time I'm doing the normal speed limit. It's only when you want to be doing like 60 mile an hour national where you hold people up for a little bit until you catch up. Right, thanks for watching.